church. I'm with a company called Specialty Equipment Sales Company. We go by the acronym CESCO, okay? And Rationale is one of the lines I represent out of 20, okay? So first thing you're going to do when you come in the morning is you're going to turn these little babies on, and all you do is push and hold that till the little light comes on, okay? But it's like booting up a computer, so it's going to take it a couple minutes to figure out where it is and what it's done since you've last cleaned it and all that good stuff, okay? So it'll take it, I don't know, a minute, minute and a half. But when you're standing there looking at it, it seems longer, okay? But this is our main screen that's going to come up, okay? These top 3 buttons are all manual buttons if I want to use it in a manual mode. If I want to use it as just a steamer, I hit this button there. It's going to be 100% steam, and then I'm going to either cook by time or by temperature using this button here, and then I set it. See how it highlights it? That's when you turn it. So I set it to 165.
Water in the back.
That's good. It's a good thing. Where it's coming from, but we'll let Mike know about that. Okay, so we're going to cook by either time or temperature, right? Okay, close the door. It's going to preheat. It's going to cook. It's going to buzz when that time or temperature is reached. Okay. To get out of this thing, I'm going to push and hold this back button. Now I got to hold it for 2 or 3 seconds. You'll see when I push it, there's a little line that goes all the way across. Make sure that goes all the way across. It just doesn't want you glancing it and it backing out of the program that you have it in. Okay? So that's the manual steam. This is the manual convection oven mode. If I hit this button here, I'm going to set it just like I would a convection oven, 350 degrees. And I'm going to cook again by either time, or if I hit this baby here, it highlights it, I'm going to cook to temperature using that probe that's inside of here. Okay? Close the door, it'll preheat, it'll buzz, it'll tell me put the food in, buzzes again, it'll be done. Okay? Everybody got that? Simple. Okay, the center button on here is Combi mode. If I want to use it as both a convection oven and a steamer at the same time, and I'm doing this by myself, I hit this, it's always going to come up at 60% 320, which is a fantastic starting point. I'm going to open it so it doesn't beep on me. Okay? Then again, we're going to cook by time and temperature. Okay? Make sense? The more I can go, this top button here, the more red, the more crisp something's going to be. The more blue, the more moist something's going to be. Okay? You guys got questions, or are you just thinking?
So you got a steamer, right?
Yeah.
That's this version.
Should I back up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got an oven, right?
Yeah.
That's that version.
Right.
This machine is the only machine on earth that can do
The steamer and
the steam and convection at the same time.
Yes, I got that.
Please forgive me. What this is a Combi steamer.
Right,
So it does steam and convection oven.
right.
Put them together, you got a Combi oven, okay?
Right.
Why would you put them together? Because we're gonna, steam is a gas, and it's a lot more powerful than anything else. So if you ever reach your hand over the top of boiling eggs and it hits you, you're like, wow. So you're using that in here. So it's gonna cook a lot faster, and the quality of food that comes out of it's gonna be much better because you're keeping moisture in products. Thank you for your help. So you can use this in manual modes. I show you those just because I want you to know that you can do that. You didn't buy this to use it as a manual oven though, okay? These buttons right here.
What you got those for?
Yeah, I show you these just to tell you not to use them. Fair? These are the buttons you want to use, okay? And this oven is very intelligent. That's what the I stands for. So you tell it what you're cooking, you tell it what result you want, it knows how to get there, okay? For example, I'm going to cook chicken, I hit the chicken button. I'm going to cook breaded chicken, I hit breaded. It's going to ask me 3 questions. With or without the probe. Now watch when I hit with. With the probe, it's going to change that to a temperature. Without the probe, it's going to change that to time. Okay? If I can cook with the probe, do it. It takes all the guesswork out. So with the probe, it's going to ask me next what kind of coloration I want. That little chef hat is a default setting. That's where I want you to start. Now, nowadays though, all of our food has coloring in it already. All of our breaded chicken tenders have food coloring in it. You may want to back those down depending on what the kids like.
When you say probe, you mean that the thing inside that you stick inside the product? Gotcha.
This here.
Stick it inside.
Yep, and this is, just stick it right inside the product. And this is unlike your pocket thermometer that has a little dimple on it. That little dimple is where the reading is taken from. This has 6 different sensors from the top to the tip, so it's very intelligent as well. When I stick it in a piece of chicken, for example, if this much is sticking out, the oven's going to either beep at you and go, hey, reinsert the core temperature probe, it's not in there correct, or it'll take that reading and throw it out because it knows that that's sticking out of whatever you have it in. Okay? It's very intelligent. Cool. So let's go back to this. Back to the questions it was going to ask you. What kind of coloration? Then it's going to ask you how you want it done. Okay? If that's the perfect setting, I'm going to close the door. It's going to preheat. It'll buzz to tell me to put the food in. I put the food in, put the probe in, close the door again. Next time it buzzes, that food will be at 165. Okay? If, in fact, this is a perfect chicken tender recipe and I like this, all I do then is I hit this little check mark here. I back out of here and I label this, whatever you guys call it. All right? C-H-I-X, tender, V-E-R, and I hit the check mark again. That program is now, I just programmed the unit. So the next time you cook chicken tenders, instead of going into that setting, I'm going to go into the recipe book, and I'm going to go down to Chicks Tender that I just programmed. It's alphabetical order, Riley. Bam. There's the program I just... So you'll eventually get your entire menu cycle programmed in here, to where all you're doing is hitting a button. That way if you take a day off and you come in and work this station, the food will end up the exact same way every single time.
Once they get one of these all set up, all the menus, how do you get to the other three?
That is an outstanding question, sir. Thank you for setting me up like that. There is a USB port right here. Okay, we take a memory stick, we stick it in there, we download that to the stick, we upload it to the other oven, so you don't have to program them all. Okay? Cool. So everything you hit on here, it's going to ask you questions. If I hit a meat product, okay, what kind are you cooking? Okay, I'm going to do a grill, for example.
What is it that you're going to be cooking?
I'm gonna cook top rounds.
Perfect.
Top round.
Top rounds. 3 23-pounders.
Okay. So we're going to go to the meat button. I would cook my top round low temperature roasting.
Okay. Low temperature roasting.
Yep. There's no right or wrong answer here, by the way, okay?
Okay.
This is what I would do.
Okay.
It's going to ask you, with or without a sear. If you go without...
How
you
do
know-
I want it with?
Okay, I agree. That's what you do without, but if you want it with, you're going to have to tell what kind of sear do you want it. Do you want it light, or do you want it high? It's got the default setting as a little chef hat. I would start there. Then you tell it what temperature you want to cook to. Okay?
145.
Perfect. Hit this right here. I'm going to have you do it here in a second. 145. Okay, I'm going to close the door. It's going to preheat.
It's a little high, isn't it?
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. It's 125. That's what I did it to over there.
I would agree with you, but I don't know who you're serving.
That's
So,
what we did it to over there, and it still comes out rare. That's what I did it on the other Combi at 145.
That's well done.
the thing's deadly accurate, and it'll be
Maybe
145.
there isn't then. I don't know.
Yeah. So here's what it's going to do. This bar is going to fill, and when it gets over here, it's going to buzz. Open it up, put the meat in there, jam that probe in the center of it, close the door. It's going to cook.
Because I probably won't cook them all at the same temp.
Okay, that's fine.
Won't be able to cook them all.
You get the you can put all three of them in there.
I
You would probe the largest one.
Okay.
Because if that one is at 145, the others would be as well, right? Or more. Okay.
I didn't know I could get all three of them in there at one time.
Yep. Yep. I would think you'd be able to.
I mean, you've got 4 convections of it.
Yeah.
Well, you got plenty.
Because the last time
You
I
can probe them all.
cooked different temps, but I cooked them at 145 and they all three come out
I think
different
that's too
temps.
high. We can talk about that later.
Okay. So this is what we call our cockpit. I can hit this button and it's going to tell you what it's going to do. So if I hit this, it comes to here. That's my first step. It's going to preheat. It's going to buzz to tell me to load. It's going to now sear it at 365 at 100% humidity. It's going to go from there, cool down to 212 degrees, 100% humidity. It'll finish cooking at 212 to whatever temperature, and then it'll go into a hold mode. It'll hold there until you guys interrupt it. So I would highly recommend, if you do it the night before or do it the morning of early, the longer it holds in there, the better it is. For every hour that it holds, it's like a day of aging. Okay? It's yummy, in other words. Okay? All right, cool. All right, any questions on that?
Oh, I'm sure I'll have questions.
All right, well, I'm going to back out of it, and I want you to come and do it this time now.
Okay.
You hit the meat button. We're going to do low temperature roasting.
I should have
Yep.
brought my glasses, shouldn't I?
Yes, you should. Okay, we're going to set it with a medium sear. It's already preset, and then
Okay.
set the temperature.
So you think we should go lower, huh? He said. So,
Okay, set that to go back. So what it's doing, so you can hit this here or you use this here,
Okay.
whatever you prefer.
let's try 135.
Yeah, 135 and the rest will carry over.
That's still medium, and there will be some carryover for
Okay.
sure, okay? So there you go. It's gonna preheat, it's gonna buzz. When it buzzes, put it up in there, put the temperature probe in there, put it in there, okay? When it buzzes again, it'll be done. Now, again, it goes in, I can tell it goes into hold mode because I can go to this last step. Yeah, see how it holds? Let it sit in there.
Okay.
If you don't need to pull it out, don't pull it out, okay? Let it sit in there for as long as you can, okay? These are a couple things that come after the cooking cycle is done. This button would be continue with time if I wanted to add more time to it. This would be if I wanted to sear the top more. This button would just be a hold button. This button would be if I had a large, two sizes roast in here, one small, one big.
And usually they are. They're usually not
Okay.
quite all the same size.
So you probe the smallest one, you cook that to 140, it'll buzz, okay? If you want to pull that out, then you would take that temperature probe out, pull that roast out, hit that button there, put it in the larger roast, close the door, it's going to continue cooking that larger roast to
But I
get it to
can
that
just cook
temperature.
in two separate ones.
You could, yes, yeah. Got it? Okay, now to back out of this, I got to push and hold that button.
Push and hold.
Yep, and you'll see, did you see that little thing go all the way across it, or no? You missed it, didn't you?
I missed it.
Watch. When I push this, see that, you'll see a little line. Did you see that little line on the button
Well,
under my
it's
finger?
quick,
It does, yeah. But it's still like a 3-second touch,
Okay.
okay? And that's how you get out of
On
it.
that hold feature.
Yes.
When we get to the internal temp, we want it to hold that.
Yes,
It's fluctuating the outside temperature to keep it held at that
Correct.
internal temperature, right?
correct,
Okay.
yep.
So we're not just keeping it at 350.
Correct.
So if it does that, then we're gonna
It's
blast.
gonna continue to cook. No, if you set it to 145,
It'll
it'll
drop down.
hold, yeah. Yeah, it won't be a huge swing like you have on convection ovens, it'll be a smaller swing, but it'll keep it right at 145. And it'll be as moist as can be and wonderful, okay? Make sense? All right, let's do cookies, for example. Are you gonna be using this or somebody else?
Well, they're going to use it most of the time.
I need a volunteer.
One of you guys,
No,
you guys are.
Oh, quit
Ready
fighting
to
over
go.
me. Stop fighting over me and get up
I'm
here.
tired. I'm tired.
Somebody come up here.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
You guys work today or something?
yes.
Yes, long hour.
Okay, cookies, for example, is gonna be on the bread.
Okay.
Hit the bread
Cookies,
button.
cookies.
Cookies on gingerbread?
Yep, so there's your cookie
You
button.
do
Hit
gravy,
cookies.
vegetables.
Okay. It would be nice if I could do cookies.
Okay, so that's our coloration, which I'm fine with, but take it down to 8 minutes.
For your biscuit, 8 minutes.
Yep, so we're gonna hit this, where, see how it highlights it?
Right.
Okay, then you can turn it or slide it or whatever you wanna do. It's touchy, you'll have to get used to it.
Oh, next year. You can get all pretty county.
Wow.
Okay, so there's 8 minutes. So there's your cookie recipe, okay? So if I wanted to program this then, I would hit this button here, go ahead and hit that. Okay, I'm gonna label it. Now see how the line's blinking? So I'm gonna go back and get rid of that.
you can
We're gonna
do-
call this what you guys call it. So
So
what,
Nancy, you could do
Call
1
it-
ounce, 2 ounce, and 3 ounce cookies all in one.
but we would call it whatever you call it. Does that make sense? If you guys call them chocolate chips or whatever. That's,
The cow patty. Well, what happened there? Oh, there it goes. I just didn't
there you
push
go,
it.
and then hit the
And then
check mark.
Check mark,
That is
okay.
now programmed in there, okay? So then when we back out of it, and I'm gonna push and hold that, did you see the line? Okay,
Yep, yep.
then I go into the recipe book the next time, and it's all alphabetical order, but cookies is gonna be somewhere in here,
Right
here. There's the program you just did. It's that easy, okay?
Yeah, we're just Steve Awesome.
Pretty cool. You didn't, see how I stand that too? It's-
That cookie recipe is the combi method, combi cookie method.
It is a combi cookie, yeah. So in other words, what he's asking me, so we're going to be using steam and convection in that recipe. So the cookie will come out moist, but it'll also stay moist. So the next day even, you know how sometimes when you cook it in a convection oven, you'll break that cookie and it crumbles and there's crumbs everywhere. It'll be way more moist out of here because of that. Way more moist, is that correct? English? I'm in a school here, yeah.
Like she and I, right now, are part-time cooks.
Yes.
Or are real cooks.
Yes.
So we would use the steamer part probably more than the convection, you think?
For what? Let me ask you for what?
Well,
What do
we
you?
do gravy,
Okay.
our vegetables.
Okay.
Canned gravy, canned vegetables.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes.
Okay, I'm
I
good.
mean, any of
I'm
that
good
kind
with.
of
I mean,
stuff.
the steam it's outstanding.
So like what temperature?
There's a lot of
does it-
power. So if I just use that steam button,
It's
Right.
probably
it's
too
going to
loud.
automatically set it it's gonna automatically set it at 212.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
now,
right.
let me show you something though. Watch this. I can hit this button here, and I can take that all the way up to 266. So if you want intense power, go ahead and crank that up. As long as you're not gonna hurt the product you're cooking,
Yeah.
which the stuff you just mentioned, it won't. Okay? If it's something delicate like broccoli or something, I don't think I'd crank it up that high.
Yeah, when we do broccoli.
Make sense?
What about, say, a frozen bag of,
Oh,
Taco meat.
I would crank it all the way up. Yeah,
Crank it up.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So is that the highest, the 260?
That's the highest on steam. Now, if you wanted to cook your taco meat, big frozen tub of taco meat, if I wanted to use this and add some dry heat as well, so you got both 60% wet heat and 320 degrees, that's more powerful than just 212 or 266. Okay, so you could use that too, but you don't want to start cooking that stuff in there where you burn the outside of edge. That's the only thing I'd
what's
say.
bagged in, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it'll still.
How long would it take to do that?
Yeah.
That's always the trick.
You
Do
stump
we
me,
need
you
it
stump
or
me.
not?
But
Arr.
on the 320, the 266, right? We
If
would
I-
do the taco meat on the 266.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know how you're on that last line and there's not enough?
Is it fully frozen?
It's kind of half and half. It
Okay.
depends.
If I'd say half and half, I'm guessing half hour, 40 minutes in there somewhere. If it's fully frozen, it might take longer than that.
Okay.
Okay. So if you can pull them out the night before or
Yeah,
something,
we
that'd
have
at least
to
give us a head start.
We
Yeah.
normally do.
Okay.
Try to, but you know.
Let me show you a couple other
Yeah,
things.
I like that. Once
Yeah.
you get the time and temperature down for the setting like your cookies, you can do 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And all you'd have to do is, or bacon. I know you're big on your particular on your bacon. There probably is a bacon setting.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it Nancy's setting? Maybe not, but you can adjust it to Nancy's.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
So there's a couple other things I can show you. I already showed you the manual modes. I can go to this button here. This button here is going to bring up my 6 shelves that are in there. Okay? So I can actually cook things on each shelf using a timer. See if I can get this to work. Come on. There we go. Okay, so I can actually go to my recipe book, and if I'm cooking under the cookie recipe, for example, and I wanted to cook 3-ounce cookies, 2-ounce cookies, and 1-ounce cookies all in the same cavity, I could do that. I would have these loaded in here. It would say 2-ounce, 3-ounce, and 1-ounce in here, right? And I just put them on the different shelves. The different shelves would have different timers on them. Because a 3-ounce cookie would take, say, 6 minutes. The 4-ounce cookie would take 4 minutes. Okay, so I would have those on different shelves. So what these do then, at least count down, and when that shelf is done, it beeps. You'll hear it beep. You'll see the timer on whatever shelf being down to 0, and then the LED light on that shelf also blinks. So if you put them in, if you put them in and you walk out, you come in, it's beeping, you know which one to take out. It is also intelligent so if I take those cookies out, next thing I leave this door open, and there's 2 other pans of cookies in there, and I lose all that heat, come back and go, shoot, and I close it, it'll make up for that heat loss before it starts counting down again, okay? So it's very intelligent. Now that's a little bit more advanced program, so what I want you guys to do is play with this for a while, and then call me up and we'll set some of those, they call those shopping carts. And they're like items cooking under the same cooking process, just with different timers. So maybe you got stragglers or something, you're running out of something, we can throw something in there on a timer. Okay? Questions?
Oh, I know, there's lots of questions.
I got more to show you, I just want to ask
Okay.
now.
Get the insides, yeah.
Any questions?
Give her your card, by the way?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did. Okay, let's go back a step. So I push and hold that till it comes back out, right? These little nuts and bolts here, I click on that. The ones you're going to be using the most is sound. I hit sound. Here's my master volume. So I go up or down, okay?
Here, on the other side of
There's some different request sounds that you can do. So this particular one was load action request. So after the oven preheats, it's going to tell me to load. I hit this button and I can change to any one of these different sounds. So you guys will figure that out because you'll have all 4 of them on different sounds. During the holidays, we even got this one. All right, so
We gotta do that.
We gotta do that.
After he mentioned that one.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I
God.
don't know if you're allowed anymore, but I would do it. Okay? So that's what button you guys are going to use pretty frequently. Whatever one you leave it on is the one it'll stay on. I just left it on that one. Okay? Let's see. The whole owner's manual is loaded in here under this question mark. So if I hit this button and I leave and you guys go, what the heck that guy say? I can hit breaded and I can hit this button right here. Maybe. There we go. And it'll come up and give me a brief description of how that button works. Okay? That's pretty cool. There, it's still loading, and then I just hit, the tips and tricks. It says what to do and how to do it. Okay? The key with Combi oven, just like any steamer that I need to get steam to, is you want to cook in the most shallow pan you can. So if you can cook in a 2.5-inch deep pan, please do. If it's a 2.5-inch deep perforator pan, that's even better. Whatever I get that steam to, right? What else can I tell you here? The racks on the inside. Okay, first there's water.
Right.
If I spill something here, I can use this to clean it up. This has 3 different settings on it. Okay. This is also potable water. It's clean water. You can cook with it. So if you want to bring rice over here, for example, and cook rice, I can bring the rice over. I can pull these shelves out. See how it's got L channels? These are made that you can put stuff on there. It'll hold the pan. You can fill it up with water, then slide it back in. Okay?
That's nice.
It's designed for cooks and chefs to use.
It's upside down. It does look like.
This one is upside down, yeah, but it's hot, so I'm not pouring it on anymore. But yeah, see how that's the way it should be.
Nice.
Mike probably did this when I wasn't. He was mad at me because I forgot to get here last Thursday. French fry basket. We call it a fry basket. You can cook anything you want to on it that we want to get access to. Okay, these fit 2 in deep front to back on each L channel. Okay, the first few times you use these, spray them with a non-stick, because if you put tater tots on this and stick it in there and cook it, you're going to hate me. They're all going to stick to it. They need to be seasoned.
We don't have enough baskets for how many fries we do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good point too. Each one of these baskets take a half bag. Okay. So if you put 2 of these together, you can get a whole bag in both sides on one shelf.
I did 43 bags or 45 bags today of fries.
Yeah. See, if you're doing that much, you need our rolling
I have
model.
to use my ovens.
We have a rolling model of this that you just roll the whole rack in, and yeah, that's what you need for fries. So that's that. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm going to hit this little button right here, and this unit has been paying attention to what you've cooked in it since you've last cleaned it. It'll typically highlight one of these things. These are all different cleaning modes, okay? It'll highlight one of these. It'll be either light, medium, or strong typically, okay? And do whatever it says. But if I hit a light cleaning, it's going to ask me for 1 green and 1 blue tab. 1 green, 1 blue. Show you something. This is round, this is green, and it's round. That basket in the bottom is round. The round goes into round. This is rectangle. This is rectangle. The rectangle goes into rectangle. Also, when I hit the button, I'm not going to do it because it's a pain to get out of the cleaning cycle. When I hit the button, it'll show me a picture of where to put each one. So it really makes it hard to screw up. Can you still screw up? Sure.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, don't freak out, but just let it go through its thing. But yeah, it shows you what to do if you just are patient enough to look at it, okay? Okay, cool.
Daily.
I would say, is that something they need to check or remind them?
Okay, so I recommend cleaning it daily. Here's why. Our water here is absolutely horrible, okay?
Yeah.
This unit's pretty expensive. It's pretty cool. You guys are going to love it. But it's got a steam generator in it. Every time you clean it, you're doing the preventative maintenance and you're cleaning and descaling the steam generator. If you're using it every day, clean it every day. It costs you $1 to clean it.
So for the most part, could they do a light one every day?
Yeah. Yeah, do that, and that way your descaling will be liming it every day, and that's your preventative maintenance. These things will last you forever if you clean it. Okay?
Do they have
So
to
yes.
stay here from start to finish any cleaning?
Man, that is a great question. No, you do not. Okay, you can tell a light cleaning takes 123 minutes. Yeah, that's
It's usually the last thing you do. It'll shut down when it's done.
absolutely. So it cleans, it'll rinse, it'll turn itself on, warm itself off to dry itself, then it'll shut itself off. So yeah, do it at the end of the day when you don't have anything left to do. Put the chemicals in, close the door, walk out of here. When you come in the next morning, it'll be fine. Okay?
And it's ready to go, no rinsing, no
And it's ready to go. It does it automatically.
So what's the warranty How long is the warranty?
2-year parts and labor on the entire unit,
So we'll have to do
5
that
years.
every day for 2 years, or
Yeah.
else we'll void the warranty.
No, you will not void the warranty. Okay, so I recommend doing that because I want you to descale and deline it as much. If you don't do that, the oven will eventually tell you, hey, I need cleaned. If you continue to override that, not clean it, it'll eventually shut down until you clean it.
Okay.
Okay? So there's some warning things in there. I just recommend cleaning daily.
Where do we get that?
Right now, you have a large backup of it. For the first year, just contact us and we'll get it for you. But after
Yep.
that, I think they can get it directly from Rationale, can't they?
No, we don't sell direct, but we sell to commercial parts and service here, and there's a few dealers. I think you guys might
Yeah,
stock
I'd
it.
say we can
Yeah,
sell it to
yeah.
commercial parts and services.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not, the commercial parts and service is gonna be more expensive than these guys.
That's what usually.
Yeah, some of them have them, but I can't tell you which ones do, but yeah, I'm sure they do. These things are really popular. So, okay. There is a tab here that opens up this bad boy here. I've never seen anything get in between the glass or behind here, but it's available to clean if you need to do that.
That's good.
Just so you know, condensation gets on here, goes down into this drip tray here. When I close the door, this opens up, goes into this drip tray here, and goes out the drain, okay? Every now and then we'll get some food particles in here. We do not want those food particles to go down that little hole, because if it blocks up, that's not a warranty issue, that's a, you stuff particles down the hole issue, okay? So yeah, don't do that.
Don't do it.
All right. The only other thing that I like to tell people too is I've had somebody get this, caught in this before when they slammed the door shut. That is not a warranty issue either. All right. This has a little probe holder right over here. You'll see a little hole in it. Put it in there, get it out of your way, and then you're good to go. Okay. The outside of the unit we can wipe off with a damp cloth. Mild soap. If you want to use stainless steel cleaner, you can. If you want to use Windex, you can. You're not going to hurt it. Yeah,
Can the racks go in a dishwasher or?
they can go in a dishwasher. They can also stay in here if you want. When I hit the button, I'll hit it
They
real
can
quick.
stay in there during a clean?
They can. Here's the deal. Watch when I hit this. So I'm going to hit like, let me hit light. It's going to tell me it's probably too hot. Okay, it's not. But it's telling me remove the grids and containers. So it wants me to remove these. Anybody know why? It wants to clean these L channels. These little U channels right here that these sit on. If these are sitting on, they can't clean underneath it, so it wants to clean those. So you can leave them in there, it's not going to hurt them, but you're not going to get underneath there, okay? And also I told you that these can even stay in there because they're stainless steel, but when you leave them in there, that chemical will take your seasoning off these. So once you get these non-stick, if you clean them in here, they'll be back to sticky. Okay? So if you want the stuff to be seasoned, don't clean it in here, clean it in your dishwasher. Okay? But you're not going to hurt these.
Well, a sheet pan fit in there, I mean, from what way I'm looking at it, it doesn't
So,
look like it's.
A sheet pan sits on top of this.
Long way.
Yep. Yep. Do you have one?
We
Well, you
bought
bought
one.
some, I'd have to go
Where'd we
get.
get? Where'd we put 'em?
You can trust me if you want, but yeah, they fit in
Yeah,
here.
okay,
Yeah.
you're not looking, it doesn't.
But it has to
No, it fits. Yeah, it goes long ways.
Okay,
long ways instead of.
It goes long ways front to back.
yeah, okay.
Oh,
Okay?
yes,
But because we have an auto reversing fan in there, and the oven will sense cold spots, you never have to turn those or move them. It's going to cook evenly, top to bottom, front to back, right to left. You should never have to turn the pan. Okay? What else? Can I think of anything else?
I'm gonna
Okay,
try
oh,
making
so what? See how it shows the green and blue? Did you guys just see that?
We tried to do it in high school.
So it shows the green and the blue.
Figured out to do it.
Just for what it's worth.
What?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Could never get it right.
No.
And I know somewhere there's.
What are you looking
Try the preset.
When Howard come back,
The
right before he left, tried to help me, but
the books are on
we
all
never
the
could
stuff.
get them out.
No, I do not.
I mean,
The manual.
manuals.
I do not do any of these manuals.
I know, I've seen
Yeah.
a big envelope around, but.
So it's telling me the cleaning, I canceled the cleaning, and it gave me all kinds of grief. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Because it doesn't want any chemical residue to be in there. So if you hit clean accidentally and you try to get out of it, it'll give you a hard time. Okay, because it wants to clean and then go rinse it.
Didn't that happen to us over there that one day, you and I? It was on our old steamer.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah.
It's a rationale over there too.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
So any questions? Use it for a couple weeks, call me.
I think,
We'll,
yeah, we
we'll
have
get
to just
deeper
kind
into
of
it.
experiment with it.
I agree 100%. If I keep going on, you guys won't grasp any of it when I leave, yeah.
She and I were just
So-
saying that, like, we just need to.
Yeah, start now, play with it for a few weeks.
You're cooking.
You will. You can't hurt anything, okay?
Give it to you yet?
Can you burn something in it? Sure. But you can't, you're not gonna hurt the oven, so go ahead and play with it. It's
Well,
like,
I don't wanna
yeah.
burn my,
Well, I understand that, but what I'm saying is I don't want you to not, you will eventually get to, if you use this, you'll get to the point where you won't use those, because it does such a much better job. Yeah. There is,
Hey, Riley?
yes,
These used to have, is there still a filter behind that little thing right there?
Yes.
That has to be changed and cleaned?
yes. It's right here, and it takes a screwdriver that pops out, and all you do is, it's a little mesh. You take it to the dishwasher, you spray it out, dry it off, and snap it back in.
How often?
6 months.
Yeah, it's an air cleaner.
Yeah. Air's pretty clean in here, yeah.
But with the construction going on, it
Yep.
won't be,
Yep.
because it's gonna be a
Thanks
continuous
again.
process.
I get so excited about it. I love this thing, so I know I jump all over the place. There is a Rationale training app on if you got an iPhone, on the App Store, and this is an iVario Pro. No, I'm sorry, it's not. Riley, it's an iCombi Pro.
Yes, I do.
And one of the neatest things I saw cooking here is they put together a whole tray of toasted cheese, butter on both sides, cheese in the middle, put it on the rack, stuff it in there, didn't flip it, didn't do anything, come out, they were crispy, but it didn't want to pan.
It's pretty impressive, man. So yours is an iCombi Pro. So there's the screen. There's hours upon hours of videos that I can hit and watch, okay? And Rationale has their own YouTube channel. So there's chefs doing all kinds of stuff on there you can do. I also have training links that I can send you if you want, and it clicks on you, it tells you how to program, it tells you how to clean, it tells you how to use the manual buttons, it tells you everything. So I can send those to you too if you shoot me an email on my card
Okay.
and say, hey, shoot me the training video links. I like doing it that way because if I just shoot you a link, people sometimes won't open them because they're afraid they're spam or something. I'm trying to just shoot me your social security number and your email address and I'll shoot it right back to you, yeah. Date of birth, I'll shoot the links right back to you. Visa card, no. Shoot me your email and just say, show me the training links and I'll shoot them to you. And they're all labeled what each link is for. And I keep them for training and I go back every now and then and even learn something from them. So I'd recommend having them on hand.
Yeah,